Welcome to day 41. Compliance and governance have moved from being after the fact legal requirements to fundamental architectural concerns that must be designed into systems from the very beginning. Regulations like GDPR, SOC2, HIPAA, and PCI DSS directly influence how we handle data, manage access, log activities, and deploy changes. Today, we will explore how to build architectures that are compliant by design rather than trying to retrofit compliance later, which is always more expensive and risky. We'll see how good governance supports faster innovation while reducing legal and reputational risks.
That's right. Non-compliance can result in massive fines. GDPR violations have reached tens of millions of euros and severe reputational damage. But beyond fines, strong governance builds customer trust and enables safer, faster innovation. We'll map specific GDPR articles such as data minimization, consent management, right to be forgotten, and breach notification to concrete architectural decisions. For example, how data residency requirements affect multi-region deployments from day 39, or how privacy by design principles influence microservices boundaries and data flows. We'll also connect this to day 40's cost decisions. Compliance often adds overhead, so we must balance it intelligently with cost optimization. By the end of this lesson, you'll have practical patterns, decision frameworks, and documentation approaches using ADRs from day 36 to make compliance a sustainable part of your architecture.
On day 41, we will discuss compliance and governance, covering important standards like GDPR and SOC2 and how they influence architectural decisions. We'll explore how to meet compliance requirements without inflating costs unnecessarily. Compliance used to be handled by legal and security teams after the system was built. Today, it must be embedded into the architecture itself from the design phase. This shift happened because regulations like GDPR introduced strict requirements for data processing, consent, and individual rights. Retrofitting compliance is expensive and error-prone. We'll discuss how compliance by design and privacy by design principles change our approach to data models, service boundaries, and deployment strategies. I'll show real examples of how poor architectural choices led to massive fines and how proactive governance can turn compliance into a business enabler rather than a burden. We'll also link this to previous days, using blue-green deployments from day 39 for safe compliance-related changes and ADRs from day 36 to document every decision. While GDPR focuses on privacy, architectural governance frameworks like the AWS Well-Architected Framework, Azure Architecture Framework, and the TOGAF standard provide broader guidelines for quality, consistency, and compliance. We'll examine the operational excellence and security pillars of these frameworks and see how they influence daily architectural work. I'll show how to use these frameworks to create internal compliance scorecards for your teams and ensure that best practices are followed across all your cloud resources. We'll also link this to day 36's ADRs, showing how governance frameworks provide the why behind many of your documented architectural decisions. GDPR is not the only standard. Many teams also need to comply with SOC2, HIPAA, or PCI DSS. SOC2 focuses on 5 trust service criteria: security, availability, processing integrity, confidentiality, and privacy. We'll see how these criteria affect logging, monitoring, access control, and change management. HIPAA adds strict requirements for protected health information, while PCI DSS governs payment card data. I'll show side-by-side comparisons and explain how to design a single architecture that satisfies multiple overlapping standards without unnecessary duplication.
Strong governance frameworks help organizations maintain compliance at scale. Olga. We'll explore established governance models including COBIT, ITIL, and modern FinOps-inspired governance for compliance. I'll show how to create architecture review boards, compliance checklists, and automated policy enforcement using infrastructure as code. We'll discuss the balance between central governance and team autonomy and how to avoid governance becoming a bottleneck for delivery velocity. Data protection is at the heart of most compliance requirements. Olga. We'll cover patterns such as data classification and tagging, encryption at rest and in transit, pseudonymization and anonymization, and secure data deletion pipelines. I'll show how to implement right to be forgotten in microservices architectures and how to handle data residency requirements in multi-cloud or multi-region setups. Real examples will demonstrate how these patterns integrate with the deployment strategies from day 39. Proper access control is essential for both security and compliance. Olga. We'll dive into role-based access control, RBAC, attribute-based access control, ABAC, and zero-trust architectures. I'll explain how to implement just-in-time access, audit every permission change, and integrate access controls with your CI/CD pipelines. We'll also cover how these controls affect cost optimization decisions from day 40. Comprehensive auditing and logging are non-negotiable for compliance. Olga. We'll design immutable audit logs, centralized logging with tamper-proof storage, and real-time monitoring for compliance events. I'll show how to meet SOC 2 and GDPR logging requirements while keeping costs under control. We'll connect this to Day 18's monitoring best practices and show how to automate compliance reporting. Every architecture must have a robust incident response plan that satisfies regulatory timelines. GDPR requires breach notification within 72 hours. We'll design architectures that enable fast detection, containment, and notification. I'll walk through a complete incident response playbook tied to your deployment and monitoring systems, including how to document lessons learned in ADRs.
Good documentation is one of the best ways to demonstrate compliance. We'll show how to use architectural decision records, ADRs, from day 36 to document compliance choices. I'll provide templates for compliance-related ADRs and explain how to keep them living documents that evolve with your system. Compliance should not come at the expense of cost efficiency or delivery speed. We'll explore techniques to meet compliance requirements while controlling costs, for example, using serverless where possible or shared compliance platforms. I'll share real trade-off analyses and show how compliance can actually improve overall system quality and reliability. Let's make sure we avoid the most dangerous compliance mistakes. Common anti-patterns include bolting compliance on at the end, treating compliance as a one-time checkbox, over-documenting without automation, and ignoring the human and cultural aspects. I'll share real failure stories and how to avoid them. Technical patterns work best when supported by the right culture. We'll discuss how to create a culture where compliance is everyone's responsibility, how to train teams effectively, and how to celebrate compliance wins. This ties directly to the organizational changes we discussed in Day 40. Here's a practical roadmap you can start using immediately. In the first 30 days, focus on visibility, data mapping, and quick wins. In 90 days, implement core patterns and automated controls. I'll give you a prioritized checklist, success metrics, and guidance on how to communicate progress to leadership and auditors.
Many companies have successfully turned compliance into a strength. We'll look at how companies like Stripe, Airbnb, and European banks built compliant architectures at scale. I'll share what worked, what didn't, and how you can adapt their approaches to your context and size. Compliance doesn't exist in isolation. It connects to everything we've learned. We'll show how compliance integrates with cost optimization, Day 40, deployment strategies, Day 39, testing, Day 38, and ADRs, Day 36. You'll see how a well-designed architecture can satisfy compliance, cost, and scalability goals simultaneously. Today, we covered a lot of ground on compliance and governance. The most important message is that compliance should be treated as a first-class architectural concern. When designed properly, it improves security, builds trust, and often leads to better overall system quality. Start small, document everything, automate where possible, and continuously improve.
Today, we explored why compliance is architectural, key regulations like GDPR, governance frameworks, data protection patterns, auditing, incident response, and your practical roadmap. The single biggest takeaway: build compliance into your architecture from day one. Use ADRs to document decisions, integrate governance into your deployment and cost processes, and treat compliance as an enabler rather than a burden. You now have the knowledge to make your systems compliant, trustworthy, and future-proof.
Day 41. Compliance and Governance, ensuring architectures meet standards like GDPR. In today's in-depth lesson, we explore how compliance and governance have become core architectural concerns. Learn how to design systems that are compliant by design rather than trying to retrofit regulations later. You'll learn why compliance must be embedded into architecture from the start. Deep dive into GDPR principles and how they map to architectural decisions. SOC2, HIPAA, and other key standards. Architectural patterns for data protection, access control, auditing, and breach notification. How to document compliance decisions using ADRs. Practical governance frameworks and a 30 and 90-day compliance roadmap. Balancing compliance with cost, speed, and innovation. Homework. Review one of your current systems against GDPR's key principles like data minimization and consent. Identify at least 2 architectural improvements you can make. See you in the next lesson.
On day 42, we will analyze Netflix's microservices architecture as a real-world case study for scalability and resilience. Your homework: review one of your current systems against GDPR's key principles and identify at least 2 architectural improvements you can make. Questions? Please leave them in the comments. We read and answer every single one. Thank you so much for watching Day 41.